Can't believe it's already 2020. I hope you had an amazing end of 2019. I hope your festive time was very relaxing and enjoyable, and that you had a lot of time to recharge and just like lounge, wear our pajamas and eat a ton of food, because that's definitely what I've done. I think I needed a break, if I'm completely honest. I think like 2019 was such a big year for me. I have a blog post up all about like reflecting on last year if you want to read that, because it's not very long, but I go more in depth on like everything that happened. And so I feel like when I finished at my job in late October, I think I really just needed to recharge, and I jumped right into my projects and what I wanted to do, and I just ended up being so frustrated by everything, and I kind of lost my motivation a lot, and I fell down about pretty much everything. I had so many meltdowns, like so many, and I'm so grateful for my friends, because especially Lori, because she's very much around, and so she was able to like just talk me out of my funks and just see each other so that I could feel better. So yeah, it was really enjoyable to have like about 2 weeks pretty much off. I still did some work on my blog and planning a little bit, but mostly we played games with my sister, we watched movies, we relaxed, and that's very enjoyable. But I was pretty excited about starting the new year, especially when the second week came around, and I was just feeling so inspired, and I was like, yeah, I think I was in the funk last year because I needed to figure out a few things of what I wanted to do in the new year, my projects, and yeah, I needed to figure some things out before being able to like start fresh. And I feel like I did that, so I'm pretty happy I was able to see things more clearly. And I was also very down about YouTube, because even though like, you know, it's a passion and it's a hobby, I want to do things that you enjoy. I put so much work into it, and so I wanted to be sure that it was something I enjoyed making and you enjoyed watching. So I did a poll about a week ago, maybe now, probably something like that, asking like, just like, I've realized that sit down videos don't do as well, because it's not really what we want to see most of the time if it's not on a specific topic. And I know I'm like that, like, to be completely honest with you, like 95% of the videos that I watch on YouTube will be vlogs, even if there's an aspect to it that's like sit down talking about a subject. So I could understand that the vlogs were doing better than the sit down videos, even though sometimes the sit down videos require more work and a lot more editing. So I was like, you know what, I don't completely enjoy doing them, and people enjoy vlogs more. So I just asked if you preferred like two different settings of things, if you preferred like a vlog style sit down or a vlog with a sit down, and a lot of you said a vlog with a sit down in a moment. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, which is creatively more inspiring for me as well. So I'm very happy about that. I wanted to start this video with my 2020 goals. I had actually filmed a video before going home to my parents, and I had just filmed the 2019 favorites before, and you could tell I was very tired, so I didn't like that. And even though I'd spent so much time doing that, I just scratched it, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait until the new year, until I'm fresh and I've thought about it more, just to post that video. So what I did, which is something I don't do normally, I just made a list on my phone throughout the weeks. I had just wrote everything that came into my mind whenever I was thinking about it. So for this year, I want to read 25 books. I was trying to calculate how many I read last year, and I'm not sure, because something I do quite often is reread previous books. So like, for example, I read The Devil Wears Prada again, even though I've read it like 10 times. And so I can't really remember because I didn't write it down or anything. I mean, I'm the queen of lists and I didn't write it down. That's off-brand. But like it counted, I think I was about 18 maybe, something like that. So I'm like 25 is doable, and I enjoy reading so much. And at the end of last year, I realized that whenever I'm reading, I feel so much calmer and less stressed. So I should do that more. This one is funny. Work on doing the splits. Yeah, I used to do dancing and gymnastics, and so I could do the splits, like the 3 ways of doing the splits easily. And I'm 25 and I can't really do that now, but I enjoyed it so much. And now that I'm more into like yoga and Pilates and stretching, I'm like, you know what, this is something we can work on, even if it's like I can do it on the 31st of December 2020. I'm fine with that. Next is more of a career goal. I'd love to get a sponsored Instagram post or blog post or video, but that's the dream. Or like, yeah, I just feel like, yeah, I want that to be done this year. I will be starting a business, but I just really want to keep on working on my social media and my platforms, because that's honestly what makes me so happy. I also would like to get, okay, I wrote this as kind of like a dream because I'm not sure it's going to happen, but like I would love to get 1,000 followers on Instagram and 100 on YouTube. My blog, it's more about views than followers sometimes, so I didn't really set a goal about that. But yeah, for YouTube and Instagram, I would love to get those figures. Be happy in my body. This has been on my list for like 3 years, and I've made efforts and I've made progress on this, so I'm very happy about that. And now that I'm more in tune with the type of exercises that my body enjoys and feels good for me, I think I'm just going to stick to that. I'm just going to try a new thing starting next week to add to my routine. I'm enjoying it so much right now that I'm thinking of doing like a weekend workout. So if it's something that could be interesting for you, I would love to film that. Next, learn more Portuguese. And if my mom's watching this, she will be laughing. My entire family is Portuguese, like my 4 grandparents, my parents are fluent, my uncles and everything, they can speak Portuguese. And even though I can understand it quite well, I think if the conversation is not too out there, I would love to be able to do sentences without thinking about it twice. Just to be more, yeah, just like integrated more. It's always something that's frustrated my family, not really that much, but like they always say like, why do you speak English so well and not Portuguese? Like just as an interest most likely, but I just love to do that, and so that I can, you know, like be more in tune with where I come from, something like that. Something else I wrote, my boyfriend will laugh so much if he sees this. Okay, the first one is more healthy to do. It's put less salt on my food. I tend to salt a bit too much, I think, and like my taste buds are used to it, but I need to change that clearly for my health. The second one, I need to stop reheating my food so much. I swear I cannot. I hate eating something cold if it's meant to be warm. Just like every single meal, especially now that it's winter and it's colder, I just reheat my plates pretty much twice during a meal, which is very annoying. So yeah, I need to work on that. I need to work on that. Another one is more life related. I would love to go on more trips, and we still have, okay, so I talked to you guys about going to New York in April, but that has to be moved away a little bit, so probably more in fall 2020. So I'm still very much into that because New York is my absolute dream. Just had to be moved back a little bit, but I would love to do more city trips, not necessarily going that far, even though I would love to go farther, but you know, like it's more expensive, so let's be realistic. I love just like on trips, and just like I feel so much more inspired when I'm traveling, and I think it's good to see other places and just to travel a bit more. So that's in my goals. I would also love to buy more sustainable clothing and makeup products. Ever since I've been more aware of what's in products and how products are made and just how non-eco-friendly some products are, especially with fast fashion right now, I just want to be more specific about what I buy and to make sure that the brands that I buy from are more eco-friendly or more sustainable, using like organic products and stuff. And yes, it means that it's going to be more expensive, but I'm very happy with buying less for better quality and for things that will be more sustainable and that will last me for longer, like basic pieces that I'm pretty basic in what I wear already. So I'm like, if something I buy more less off but for longer, I'm good with that. And I think we all need to be more careful about everything that we buy and we consume. And for some people it might seem hard to do and like impossible to get done, but actually it's small things that you can do. It's just something to be more aware of, and you will see a difference in how you buy because you will be more aware of it. So thinking, yeah, just like clothing stuff and makeup, just be more careful about how I consume. So that were my goals, and so yeah, pretty happy about that. And I'm so happy with the new year. I'm so happy with my like new organization of my work and how I'm gonna do things. So today I'm going to organize myself even more. I started during the holidays, and I'm just thinking like, let's see where we can get this going, you know. So I'm going to do that right now. The weather really isn't the best today though. It was so good yesterday. Oh, hallway. It was so good yesterday, and today it's pretty gray, which I'm not into. If you watch like my organization vlog that I did like maybe 2 months ago or something, you'll know that I use both my computers to organize myself. I like having two ways of working in a way. I have like how I organize my vlogs and my YouTube videos on my laptop. So I have like an Excel file with everything, and so I just like decide on the video, on the style that it is, on when I'm going to be shooting, on the date it will be released, and then I have categories that I need to check out. So brainstorming, organizing, you know, like stuff like that. And I've added a few. I added keywords and title of videos and of blog posts, and like using more keywords and everything. And like social media promotion, I've changed things around a bit more. Another thing that I added, and I think it was before the new year, but like I was so in the spirit of planning things and what I want to achieve, that I added a section, like a line of the goals of the month. So everything that I want to achieve each month to reach my long-term goals. Like, what do I need to do? Oh, that's my mom, sorry. What I need to do each month to reach my goals and to have the end result that I want. And I feel like it changed everything, because when I'm planning my weeks and my month, I still have that in mind, because it's very much in front of me. And you know, like sometimes you have goals, but if you don't write them down or anything like that, you kind of forget about them, which I kind of am like, I know I have too many lists, I think. So I kind of rethought how I'm doing stuff. So kind of my dumping ideas I put on my notes, and then I structure everything on this document. And it's really helping because it's things that I need to like tick off. So it's very helpful for me to have a visual kind of board of what I'm doing that month. And I'll usually sit down whenever I'm feeling super creative and I have a ton of ideas, and I will write everything down. So like right now I have blog post idea for the next month until like February 5th, which is pretty good. Since I'm posting 2 videos a week, I'm still flexible about it. If I want to film another kind of video or I have another blog post in mind, I mean, it's not set in stone. I can change it whenever. But having like this goals of the month category has really kind of changed the game for me. Another way I've changed things is that I noticed that I kept forgetting to do certain things during the week that were pretty important. So on my notes, I added like a section of weekly to-do list, and like I've written everything that I need to do every single day. That's pretty like basic, like on the days I need to film, my workouts, and like other important things that need to be done, like setting my buffer posts, pinning stuff on Instagram, doing promotion on Instagram for my blog post and stuff like that, just so that I don't forget, because sometimes I have so many things to do at the same time regarding like wanting to build up a business and doing this at the side, and just like sometimes I feel like my brain is just overflowing with things I need to do. So having this is really helpful for me to just keep calm and see what I have to do and be like, okay, that's done, that's ticked off the list and we're good. So regarding like me starting a business, I know that I keep talking about it and not really saying too much about it, and it's just because it's really in the planning process. It's the before of starting anything, and I had to think about a lot of things, because of course it's very different from working in an office and you have to do everything, which actually really goes well with how I want to work. I've just realized that I'm not one to thrive in a office. I'm not one to thrive in an office environment, and that's just very personal, and it doesn't mean that I have anything against people who do, which sometimes can be taken as just a negative comment. It's not. It's just not how personally I like to work, and I'm very much happy being my own boss and having responsibilities and doing the work for me, which is the way I want to go moving forward. And so I was like, you know what, instead of waiting years to do it, struggling to find the type of work that I want to do, and so I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm just gonna start a business, and I put money on the side for that, and we'll just see. And so right now I'm kind of working on that and showing you kind of like the behind the scenes of where it's going. I didn't really talk about it before as well, because it was just like me thinking about it, because I'm very much aware of the responsibilities and of everything is going to change about that, like not having a stable income and changing how I'm working, and you know, like it takes time and it takes a lot of thinking about it. So I wanted to be a bit more sure that it was what I wanted to do. And so I will still continue to like do Instagram and do YouTube and do my blog, because they are the ones that make me fully happy. But yeah, for now it's just a hobby, so it will still be done, and I hope it's more clear for you maybe, that I'm just not home just doing nothing, because some people might think that's what I'm doing. It's not. So yeah, I'm just going to keep on doing a lot of that, so I will keep you updated on that throughout the day. Okay, now to work out. People tell you that yoga is easy. They're lying. It's not. Well, it depends on the type of one that you're doing, of course, but I can definitely feel my legs. So I'm just going to hop in the shower, get some lunch, well, cook some lunch, and I will talk to you guys after that. Back at my desk, and you haven't missed much. I ate, and then I took some time to read. Reading is like one of my resolutions for 2020. As I said, I want to read more books, and I have noticed that when I read, I feel more positive and more relaxed. So since I've noticed that in the afternoons, early afternoons usually, I kind of feel a bit tired usually. I've just decided to take some time to read in the early afternoon. Usually when I start to work, I don't take breaks, so I can work for like 3 to 4 hours non-stop. So that's a way for me to kind of like have more of a decent balance in my day. Otherwise it's just like non-stop, and I feel like my mental health doesn't love that. So do let me know if you like this kind of style of doing videos, of more vlog style rather than sit down, but still with like the kind of content a little bit throughout of a sit down video. Because I prefer to film it like that, if I'm honest, and I know that usually people watching my videos react better to vlogs. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day and that your 2020 has started well. And if not, don't worry about it. It'll come, you know, like sometimes you have to live through things to see the blue sky at the end. So yeah, have an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.